back. Welcome back to the Four Against podcast here on Nick Hall Comedy. I'm Nick Hall, joined as always by
Josh Griffey.
If you are listening on Apple Podcasts, just fucking leave a rating and review, all right? Just do it.
Do it.
If you're on YouTube, jam the like buttons.
Do it.
And, leave a comment and be like, hey, are you for or against this? And we'll be like, oh, I'll read that shit. And we'll tell you what we are.
Yeah.
And if you need some sweet t-shirts, go to CoachKentMurphy.com/shop. All right, big week. We're going to go eventually film some new Kent Murphy shit this week. And, it's almost baseball season, man.
Yeah,
Pumped.
excited.
Pumped.
I saw my first Brewer dinger of the season.
Yeah?
Our new infielding prospects.
Oh.
It feels good. It is. I mean, we are at the behest of this weird, hey, it's 70. Oh, it might snow next week.
Yeah.
It's like we're in that phase, but it's close, guys.
We're close. We're very close.
I got to say, though, I almost didn't even make it today. I was the most shook I've ever been in my life.
Uh-oh.
And I'm not a particular politically correct guy or anything like that, right?
Oh, boy.
I saw something last night, and the fucking audacity of this. I was telling my wife, I was like, I don't think I can recover from this, right? Because you probably are among the biggest balls of anyone I know, right?
Ooh.
You're a guy, you'll put it on the line all the time. You go for it.
Hell yeah.
You got balls, right?
Yeah.
There's a guy out there that makes you just look
like a little bitch.
So your huevo's tiny. You've never made a tough choice in your life. I was watching this movie called The Human Stain.
Well.
And it's an Anthony Hopkins, Nicole Kidman movie, right? So I was like, all right, white people shit, right?
Yeah.
He's a college professor. He gets fired in the first scene for saying a possibly racist word, right?
Sure.
No big deal.
Is it a new movie?
No, it's old. 2003. I don't know why it was on HBO Max. We finished Snakes on a Plane. We wanted to church it up. Whatever.
Yeah.
So we start watching this movie, and they're like, there's a dark secret at the core of this movie. I'm like, all right, weird. They do these flashbacks to himself as a young man played by Wentworth Miller, right? Another super white guy.
I don't know who that is.
And he's like a boxer. He's from Prison Break. Right?
Okay.
But he's boxing and whatever. And I was like, okay, so the secret's going to be Nicole Kidman, who plays a burned out tragedy lady, is going to be his daughter, and he's been fucking his daughter. I told Eamon, I figured this out, no problem.
Tragedy lady.
Yeah. She's just sad and chain smoking and milking cows and getting fucked everywhere all over town. That's her backstory.
Yeah.
Or not, whatever. So anyways, the movie starts going, and I'm like, that's the secret. The lady he was fucking in the first scene, that's going to be Nicole Kidman's mom. Anthony Hopkins is a racist who fucks his daughter. Boom, got it.
Yeah.
So I'm watching, right? And they cut back.
The old Woody Allen paradox.
Yeah, right. All right, classic. Tale as old as time in the Woody Allen world we live in. The movie starts going, right? And they show Anthony Hopkins boxing, and this is how he got into school to be this great dean of classics or whatever.
Sure.
And the boxing coach just throws in this line, "Don't let him know you're colored." And I go,
what?
Weird. I didn't know people considered Jewish people colored back then. Interesting. 1 minute later in film time, they go back and Wentworth Miller playing young Anthony Hopkins sits at his dinner table with his black mom, his black dad, and his black sister. So the mystery at the core of this film is that Anthony Hopkins is playing an African American. Anthony fucking Hopkins.
What?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And so I'm watching it. I'm telling Amy, I had to go back 5 times. I was like, this cannot be true.
Did they watch The Jerk and then just try to make it serious?
I mean,
is that what they did? Hey, Maven.
This is a question I had.
What if this was serious?
Name me 5 actors who are less qualified to play an African American than Anthony Hopkins. And I was like, I don't know that you can get 5. He's the whitest white. And there was a scene, and this is what I turned the movie off. I never do this. Him and Nicole Kidman are watching an orchestra.
Sure.
As one does in a church.
I would never.
And Nicole Kidman looks and squints at his hair. As if Anthony Hopkins' old white man hair, she's like, oh my God.
Wait, so they're not even, they weren't trying to be so they didn't do it. He wasn't blackface, right?
No.
Okay.
They did
I just want to make sure
covered up his blue eyes with contact lenses.
I just want to make sure I follow this. They didn't blackface him, so
No.
okay, good to go.
No.
Good to go there. But it wasn't that he was adopted by a black family. They're just trying to say
was
that
literally the light-skinned son.
they tried to pass Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony fucking Hopkins, the lightest skinned guy. And this is the best part.
What?
What he's fired for at the start of the movie is using a word for ghost
Yeah.
that also was a racial slur.
Yeah.
And so the big reveal is, aha, he wasn't racist.
Was this the Myers-Leonard backstory?
Well, I was like, there was a Rachel Dolezal movie in front of us all this time.
The Myers-Leonard reimagining.
Sorry, I got a cough this week, guys. But what I was telling my wife is like, I can't exist in a world where some guy just walks into work and he's like, African American, Anthony Hopkins, signed the check. I was like, there are guys out there just shooting shots that I didn't even know were available. It's like, can you fucking imagine?
Like the producers were like, yes, yeah, okay, I like it.
They're like, oh my God, like, what's the twist, right? Are we going to do like a Mission Impossible face peel? Literally nothing. Nicole Kidman's going to squint at his hair.
I'd rather have like the Total Recall face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, and then all that. Like, that would be great.
Catch.
Literally nothing. Some guy somewhere at some movie studio is just like, they're going to love this shit. And again, like I said, you're a guy who has a lot of audacity. Not even close. Can you imagine there are guys out there taking shots like that?
Well, no, like, I mean, it's the same as if we're like, we did the Kent Murphy movie and they're like, wait a minute, there's a twist. Kent's actually black.
Kent's a black guy.
He's always been, like that's just the sense. What?
Well, now
you can literally do that in any white person movie.
Yeah. And they don't even act like people, like, they show no awareness, because I also looked it up. The director's also white as hell. There's not even an iota of awareness that, like, this is going to be a problem. And in a world where on Twitter and TikTok, you see people still, they don't understand the Robert Downey Jr. thing and want to cancel him. I was like, if they saw this movie, and this is based on an actual novel, right?
Yeah.
It's loosely based on a guy. And I couldn't find pictures of who this professor was.
So it's based on a real guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, I guarantee you.
I guarantee he didn't look like Anthony Hopkins.
There's no fucking chance. There's literally no chance. It was, but I honestly turned the movie off. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Although, he is Sir Anthony Hopkins, so knights do get a little bit of extended opportunity. He's a knight.
The knight pool for the queen is just totally diverse. And again, this is not a political correctness thing.
No. It's just
but
funny.
The fact that some motherfucker, that's his job, is to cast movies. And he's like, duh, this'll work.
I love that
Anthony
Hopkins is like, yeah, I could pull that off.
Well, I mean, for him, it's a challenge, I guess. That's fine. But no, and this is what killed me, because the letterbox, right, where they give you the, like, synopsis, they had the fucking balls to say, the professor's hiding a dark secret. And I was like, you guys.
I didn't even put that together till now. I was like, man, these motherfuckers.
I mean, the balls, the three-dimensional chess of audacity.
Like, who are we going to get to do this? Anthony Hopkins, he's a knight and he's won an Academy Award. Yeah. He can do it.
He can literally play anything. But he shouldn't. 2 weeks, like nothing.
2 weeks.
Oh, God. But I was like, I don't even know I don't know how to live in this world anymore.
That's incredible.
I
kind of want to watch.
I kind of want that movie.
I kind of want to see this now. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I can't. I don't.
Well, because this is the thing. You're trying to figure it out, right? He meets this writer, Gary Sinise, who's like, I've had a bunch of divorces. And they get together and they just play. Like, he just barges into Gary Sinise's house in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And they're like, now we're friends, right? In narration. Yeah. And he's like, we listened to big band music together. And there's one scene where he's like, hey, come here, dance with me. And they're dancing cheek to cheek, right? Yep. And I was like, he's been gay his whole life, right? And then he's like, I want to dance with you because I've been fucking a 34-year-old who chain smokes and lives in a lesbian couple's milkery or whatever. I was like,
this movie sounds awful,
dude. It's fucking insanity.
Like, just beyond the even like the Anthony Hopkins shit. It just sounds like a shitty movie.
It's absolutely torturous. It's my only rule of movies.
Even if it didn't have the dark secret.
Exactly.
It seems like a stupid fucking movie.
The not quite as dark as you'd like secret. Yeah. I'm just like, don't be boring. And the movie's not that. Yeah. Right? Ed Harris is like the murderous ex-husband.
How did they get this cast to sign on?
Insanity.
This cast is incredible.
It's got young Kerry Washington, who was Anthony Hopkins' high school girlfriend.
Oh my God!
It's a fucking. Like I said, it's not boring, but it is baffling beyond measure.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm trying to put it out there in the Twitter universe so heads will actually explode.
Yeah.
Actually.
That's,
So mark that on your list.
I am.
Yeah.
After the South Park special tonight, I'm going to watch that.
There's no way that South Park is as daring as the human state.
They're pretty daring, but
Never.
that's up there.
Never.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's do it.
This one comes from our old pal, El Jefe Blanco.
Jefe Blanco.
For or against infomercials?
4. I'm actually 4.
Yeah.
The idea of the infomercial, I think, is flawed. Because I don't feel like I...
How so?
You know, actually, that's a lie, too. Because I think they're long-form commercials, but I think a lot of them give me shocking information I didn't know I wanted.
Yeah, and it's always
and
two
they're
for one.
really fucking fun.
Yeah.
They're really fun.
Well, the thing that blows my mind about them,
Okay.
because you see them right, and you're like, that's not effective.
Yeah.
But then I go and watch Shark Tank, and like every time they make a deal, the one lady's like, dude, we'll make an infomercial of this, we'll sell a ton of them.
Yeah.
And they're like that confident, and like even like Cuban's like, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Like, it must be an amazing. Okay.
Here's the thing, though, right? So I could probably name you 5 infomercials right now, and you would remember way more about them than you wanted, right? Miss Cleo.
Yeah.
That was an infomercial.
Yeah.
What were those? The Ginsu knives?
Who isn't Jamaican, by the way?
Yeah.
Is not.
Anthony Hopkins level performance. Yeah.
She's from like Oklahoma or some shit.
She's like, Anthony's taking all my roles. All right, I'll be Miss Cleo. But no, the Ginsu knife, right? I used to love them chopping up shoes and shit. Slap chop, right? Yeah. ShamWow.
The ShamWow guys are the best.
Yeah. Who's the guy now who does the boat where it's like Flex Seal?
Oh, yeah, Flex Seal guy. He's good.
I don't know his name, but
I want to get Flex Seal because of that.
I literally, when they put together the plastic and just were on a boat, I was like, I want to try that.
I always wanted to buy anything that Billy Mays sold.
There you go.
Just because I like that intro. Billy Mays here, and you're like, I'm ready. Let's go.
Billy Mays.
Strap it in, Billy.
Yeah.
I've never bought anything off an infomercial, but I know someone who has.
I think I have when they hit stores.
And you do too.
Do I?
Oh, yeah. When we were in college, our old pal Mikey.
Okay, I know exactly where this is going.
He does all of our shirts now. Great guy. Brown Box Tees. Go check him out.
Brown Box Tees.
Sorry, Mikey. He won't care. But yeah, he so like when you're on college campuses, they always have the credit card booths.
Yeah.
You know, and you can go and they just try to swindle college kids into getting into huge debt that they can never pay back.
Yeah. We have a friend who's actually a career Navy man now because he was in so much credit card debt.
Yeah, because of that. So Mikey goes and gets like 2 or 3 credit cards.
Okay.
Because he doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
And that night, him and I were drunk in his dorm room, and a Girls Gone Wild infomercial came on, and he ordered the entire box set.
Yes.
All of it.
Yes.
And then like, you know, like whatever, we laughed it off. And then a few weeks later, he was like, Nick, get down here. And they came in, and he's like, "We're watching these tonight."
Yeah.
So we just got drinks, and we watched all the Girls Gone Wild, like back to back to back.
If I'm not mistaken,
that's the only time I've ever known anybody to buy anything off an infomercial.
Yeah,
and it was the best purchase ever.
It was cool. We used to watch it from our bunk beds.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Hey, you want me to put Girls Gone Wild on when like we're sleeping?"
You were his roommate.
I was his roommate.
I forgot about that.
In our room that got condemned. Right? It was just full of like Snapple chew bottles.
Bad.
It was horrible. But yeah, he'd be like, "Want to turn this on?" We go, "Yeah, sure, for sure, man. Let's do that."
I absolutely want to watch
because we almost never had matching schedules, but when we did, we would watch Girls Gone Wild or something. If I'm not mistaken, and this could be so out of school, I think the funniest thing about that is I'm pretty sure, and this could have just been a rumor, because Mikey's like one of those legendary college guys.
Yeah.
Where you just anything you heard about him, you're like, yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah.
Didn't Mikey once buy a Girls Gone Wild only to discover his sister was on?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's true too.
I'm pretty sure that in watching his purchase, he was super stoked about it. He's like, "Whoa!" Like discovered.
It's like, all right.
Yeah. So that was like chef's kiss, right?
I remember when like the Girls Gone Wild, the guy, like the main guy or whatever. Remember when he got in trouble?
Big trouble.
And everybody was like, I can't believe it. He's in trouble. And I was like, really? Like the guy that walked around like spring break beaches paying girls to take their tops off for videos? Like, you're shocked that he wasn't on the up and up?
How did that not work out?
You're shocked about this?
I mean, all I know is that everywhere I've been where some guy randomly screams out, show me your tits, that guy's usually a paragon of classiness.
Yeah. You're not hanging out with that guy.
No.
Because he's going to then he's going to talk to you about how he almost was going to be a UFC fighter.
Almost.
But, he had, his affliction shirts couldn't fit him. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Because of the back injury.
His nipple got lacerated by a sequin. You know what's crazy, though? And this is the thing, I think infomercials are barely a thing anymore. I think they're more like viral marketing now.
Yeah.
I don't think there's probably like the 30 minutes, but we used to watch Girls Gone Wild like it was a porn, right? But just the commercials, because Howard Stern would end, and they would run that shit for an hour.
Oh, yeah.
And we would just watch that, and you're like, oh my God, I got some side boob.
Yeah.
And it was exciting. We used to get baked and watch Miss Cleo all the time.
I never did that.
I mean, it was one
I was definitely there for the hour-long Girls Gone Wild infomercials, though.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
That show would come on, and you're like, I'm not turning this.
Yeah, no, you're like,
I'm not changing the channel now. What am I, an asshole?
Yeah, what? I don't need to watch more reruns of Frasier. I want to see
I want to make sure these girls are okay.
Yeah, I want to make sure they're cool.
Yeah.
But, like, the worst, when I was like, infomercials have gone too far, was bum fights.
Oh, yeah.
That was when you're like,
was there an infomercial for it?
Yeah, it was. I think that was like one of the first.
I've never seen the infomercial,
things.
But I've seen
where you
video.
would get an email with like a short like trailer for bum fights.
Yeah.
But I remember because again it was college and like
Dude,
the guy across the hall from me got bum fights and it was one of the first times in my young life where I was like, oh,
well that was
like not everything is like okay.
No, that's like the most disturbing shit I've ever watched.
It was horrendous.
But that was back in the day before like that was a real viral video. That wasn't like we didn't watch that on a computer.
Yeah.
Like somebody had a copy of a fucking bootleg DVD.
Yeah.
That they somehow got their, because my buddy had that and the old CKY tapes.
Yeah.
Which was like the precursor to Jackass.
Mm-hmm. And
was
Faces
like a bunch
of
of
Death. Those were like the big ones when we.
And that
were
was like that was like way harder to go viral back then.
Yeah.
Because you had to like. It would be VHS tapes or DVD bootlegs. Yeah.
Well, you had to actually like write into someone or know an email.
Yeah.
And then they would like snail mail you shit.
Like that's how, like I saw the Pam Anderson video.
Yeah.
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 Same thing with Tommy Lee.
Wild time.
What a hog.
Just
what a hog that guy
Truly
had.
impressive. I can't believe that gyrosphere could roll him around without it hitting his bass drum off or whatever. Just so impressive.
Couple extra offbeats every time it goes upside down.
Yeah. I thought he just couldn't keep time. I was like, get a metronome. He's like, I have one. But, I think the infomercials were like, because that's what was cool about them is they became their own shows.
Yeah.
And I liked the weird infomercial guys. I thought they were funny, right?
A lot of them are good. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the thing. If you can keep my attention while you're selling nonsense.
Well, yeah.
You have to be such a fucking maniac.
Yeah.
Right? And like, which one? ShamWow Vince was like the eye guy, right?
Vince, yeah.
Yeah, and he was always like, he always was turned.
I think he ended up being like a scumbag. I think he like raped somebody or something.
I was thinking
be wrong.
Pedophile.
Could be something like that. Something bad.
Something real bad happened.
But I remember like when he did the slap chop.
Yeah.
I almost bought a slap chop. I don't even need that.
Yeah.
I think it was a slap chop. But it's what he was like standing in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And he like gets it. He's like, they're easy to clean too. And he just throws it over his shoulder and just a wet jumper right into the sink. And he doesn't even look back at it. He's just like,
evidence.
And he's like, yeah, so you know it's from Germany, so you know it's good. You know, and I was like, like, is that a thing? Does people believe that?
Everything that happened in
but
Germany
then I was like,
cool.
I believe him.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, sadly, he couldn't ShamWow away his crimes.
No.
But yeah, him and Billy Mays. The new guy is not as exciting, but he's got that awesome indoor screaming voice.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
The Flex Seal guy. I don't know. I think they're funny. I think they're cool. I think it was a moment of time.
I just love the one meme from the guy, the Flex Seal, where the water tank's leaking and he's got the Flex Seal. It's like, oh, my problem's me.
Yeah, well, I like the one where it's like, couple in a shitty relationship, and he slaps the tape on it, and it's like, have a kid. I was like,
his face is so excited when he's slapping
but that's
it
what
on.
I mean. Now we're getting meme infomercials. Yeah, I'm super
I'll be honest,
for-
when he fucking pulled out the boat in that one, I was like, I'm in.
Dude, legitimately.
And he was like
yeah.
canoeing around in a fucking Flex Seal boat.
Yeah,
I was
and like a nice little ocean floor. He's seeing sea level. Yeah.
yeah,
That's the closest.
I was way into that.
If Flex Seal was at my local Menards or wherever when I went, I'd buy that for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
And
It might be now. I don't know.
everything's selling us something. Give me the extra wow factor.
don't go
Miss
to a-
Cleo was amazing. Girls Gone Wild, that had its obvious charms, right?
I writ, man. I don't go to a lot of home goods stores. You know what I mean?
You can just buy cool
Yeah,
tools
I just call the landlord.
just to have them.
I just call the landlord. Hey,
Well, if you got to fight,
fight what?
you don't have a firearm. You don't have like hammers and shit lying around.
Yeah, I mean, I got some of that shit. But I'm just saying I don't make regular trips to like home to
should.
pot.
You should.
You know what I mean? Well,
Get a 7-pound mini sledge in case someone breaks in.
I've been wanting to get one of those, like, you know, on training days, got the shotgun latched underneath the bed.
So you
I've
need
been
some
wanting to get-
brackets. You
Yeah,
need some
I need-
screws. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm always safe. See, within 3 feet of you.
Guns.
No, sword.
Oh.
Flea market
I
sword.
thought you were gonna books. I was like, you're gonna, what are you going to do? Out
Just
knowledge?
fucking drop my comic
Out
book.
knowledge them? My brain is my weapon.
Yeah.
My brain is my weapon.
You actually like Star Wars? Here's 50 books of why I don't. No, I have a pawn shop sword right there.
Yeah.
In case I gotta, fucking defend that or tools. I keep
I got
tools
you.
around my
I
house.
got you. I'm for infomercials. What you got?
I'm super for infomercials. All right. So I got a story this week. So this one blew my mind, right? This is something I saw on Twitter. For or against asking consent to anyone who's featured in an image or video that you jerk off to.
What?
This was a true story. This was blowing up on my Twitter, and people thought that she was
Elaborate
kidding. She's
on
not.
that, because I'm going
her
to say
thing
this.
was-
I'm for
yeah.
consent,
Yeah.
like in
Not the
just in
point,
the general
yes.
life sense. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Always get consent,
Yeah.
guys, obviously.
We're not.
This
frat
girl
bros.
was saying not like consent for sex,
okay.
but she's saying that it's gross and against the Christian soul and that God will find you and seek retribution. So let's say, have you ever jerked off to like a Sears catalog, a Victoria's Secret catalog?
Sure.
If you've done that, it's your responsibility to send out, I don't know, a tweet, an Instagram, hey, girl from page 57, can I jerk off to that picture? That. Jerking off to someone's image.
Okay, but what'd you do in the 90s? Like,
Snail
pray to
mail.
God your brother was Rain Man and he memorized the phone book up to G? You know what I mean? So you could fucking call this. Hey, what's,
Yeah.
Giselle's number? He's
No,
like,
that's what I mean. You're at
855.
Sports Illustrated. I'm going to need those 18 numbers because Daddy
That's the
busy.
most absurd. So every time
Yeah.
Any
image.
So I got to call all these stepmoms now
Yeah. Yeah.
and be like, hey, I watched you
Yeah.
and not your son. You know what I mean? Said it right in the title.
Don't worry. I won't tell
not
his dad.
son.
No.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell the dad.
I'm not a narc.
I got to let you know, though. That's absurd. What if I just think of one? What
You
if
make up a lady?
No, like if I'm in the shower or something and, like, I'm like, well, now's the time.
You better stop.
I got
You better stop.
I gotta get on the phone and be like, call some girl from
Yeah.
fucking sophomore year of college that doesn't even know who I am.
What are you jerking off to?
I don't know. I saw her in like a history class. I don't know. I'm just making up a scenario.
All right, here's the one caveat I'll say. I've never done this. If you're jerking off to like Facebook pictures of a normal person in their normal life, maybe then.
I disagree. I've
Why?
never done it either, but like,
No, but like I've never been like, because my neighborhood has like a Facebook group. I've never been like, oh, that lady at 238.
no, I gotta have full nude anyway. I can't like, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
I feel like I'm going backwards, dude.
Yeah, but anyway, beyond our preferences, I'm not calling everybody that I have me time with. You know
Well,
what I mean?
she did not respond to the many questions of, what about pornography? What do you think the implied job of that is?
Yeah.
Right? We're supposed like, are we?
There's a
supposed to-
purpose to that being made.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if you're jerking off on your own. Like, I'm a grown man with kids, so I have to jerk off in the closet by myself like a creep. Right? Like, I'm not hurting anyone.
I mean, unless you're like Burt Reynolds in Boogie Nights. Like, there's only one purpose to the porn movie.
Literally only one.
Like, he wanted everybody to stay till the credits, and it's like,
comedic parody.
Well,
Yeah.
Burt, that ain't gonna happen, pal.
No, that Oprah meme that's going around this week, that's me 1 second after I'm out.
No! Harry and
Back
Meghan.
to life. This is the last time. No, this is the thing. I think what this really is I think there's been a lot of bad shit that's happened for a long time, right? And I think there's this rush now to correct all of our crimes at once, right? Super for that.
Yeah.
Right? There's been a lot of shit that's just been normalized. Like I was telling you, it's crazy to me watching that Woody Allen documentary.
I gotta
that our
check it
parents
out.
are like, not only is he maybe a diddler, but he just bought his kid to then marry her later.
Yeah.
That's paraphrasing, but you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. And our parents were just like, Hollywood types. Wah, wah.
I
Like,
mean, but
that's crazy.
I'm not calling. No.
No.
I'm golden against this.
Well, no, this reeks of the person who's like, I'm going to go the furthest.
What does that conversation
outrage.
look like? What if you did like
I called.
the Facebook thing, you know? Like
Okay, we'll do it here.
And it's like no, it's like the fucking people you may know, and you're like, damn, that's a good one. And you don't actually send the friend request, but then like
Yeah.
you start going down a rabbit hole, and you're like, well, so you find out who you're mutual friends with, and you're like, hey, do you have Barbara's number? And they're like, yeah, what for? And I'm like, that's private. I got to talk to Barbara though.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, Barb, name's Nick. You popped up in my suggested friends. I'm going to touch myself to some pics of you if you're cool with that.
Yeah.
We don't ever have to talk in real life. I'm not going to send you a friend request. Are you good? How many yeses you think you'd get
Yeah.
if you did that 100 times?
All of them?
I doubt it. I bet you'd get
You don't think?
maybe
Okay,
two.
role play this in reverse, though. You're a young lady who's seen my picture floating around the internet. You're like, oh, my God.
Oh, if I got the call?
Yeah.
I'm yes 100%.
Okay, so here it is. Hey, is this Kent Murphy, Nicholas Hall?
Yeah.
Hey, so I saw your picture.
Golden for that.
It looked great, and it's WAP time.
Yeah.
And what would your answer be?
Hey, I'd be like, hey, get that macaroni in a pot. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God, thank you. I'm already stirring it. Bye. Click.
Dasani Panani.
Would
let's
that
go.
be the best day of your life?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm married.
But
and
it's not
have
the
2
same
kids.
for women because, like, men are.
Oh, they don't have to call me?
Well, I'm not saying they
just
don't
giving
have
out
to.
all this-
I'm not saying they don't have to call. I'm saying that the volume would be substantially more.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's the burden.
I'd get like one call a decade, and they'd get
Wow.
upwards of 50 a day.
I could see you getting 3 or 4 calls a decade.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I think a lot of it is your verbal sexiness
Yeah.
and comedy.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't
That's
know if
what
that
it
translates
is.
in an image,
I
but
don't either.
you've got a certain swag about you.
A certain
I don't know.
je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
what
think
that
between
means.
us, we'd be pulling in a cool dozen a decade.
Oh, I think so too.
Yeah. I bet someone said this on Twitter once and it blew my mind. They're like, someone somewhere has jerked off to you in the world. And I was like,
happened.
that's all. Yeah. And
It's happened, I'm sure. Yeah.
we have like the teeniest amount of cloud. I'm sure that's
Yeah.
happened. I don't know. I'm telling you, it would be the best day of my life if I got that call. So if that's what she's saying, call him and let him know. Call him with a thank you. I'm way more into that. Hey, thanks for existing. So I can do this to myself.
I'm golden against that.
Imagine those Instagram.
That's a weird notion.
They would have so many
And
phone
also,
calls
if
every
the
day.
only reason that I should be doing it is because God's going to judge me,
Yeah.
too late, pal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That adds to the naughtiness.
if he's
So I
if
like
he's
it.
if the only thing that he's upset about is that I didn't call somebody that I whacked it to,
Yeah.
well then he wasn't watching for the last 25 years, pal.
I mean,
Because it's been a wild ride.
yeah,
A lot of questionable decisions.
a lot of them.
A lot of
A
them.
lot of. I'm gonna need one of those telemarketing firms
Yeah.
to make up for lost time.
Let's ask my pal down on Skid Row. You know what I mean? A lot of questionable decisions.
Friends doing a lot of work there. No, hey man. Again, I think this is just one of those like people. You gotta chill the fuck out a little.
Yeah.
Bit. Like this
That's
is
too
so
much.
like no one
Again,
is going to hell because I jerk off.
Not to
their
blur
pictures.
the line. I'm golden for
Yeah.
consent and an actual physical, any kind of
Yes.
physical relationship.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to be calling everybody that you flip your browser open to at 2 a.m. by yourself, with a dirty sock. I just don't think.
Here's a good rule of thumb. If someone's in the room where you're jerking off,
ask
get
them.
consent
Yes.
100% of the
Don't
time.
Louis C.K. that shit. Go ahead and ask.
If you're locked in your shoe closet by yourself and no one's within 100 miles of you, you're probably all right.
Yeah, don't obtain the pictures illegally either. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's what I mean. I just think this.
Listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm golden.
Yeah. How am I going to get the numbers of those bikini girls on my uncle's garage wall? I don't know.
No way. Yeah.
I don't know. No, it's sometimes you just read wild shit. I didn't know. I didn't know if I was out of it or what.
My older brother had a Guns N' Roses poster back in the day.
Yeah.
And it was just a girl's butt with like roses all around.
Yeah.
And I think she was holding a gun or something. I can't remember.
That butt has a soul.
No
an
head.
Immortal soul.
It was just the butt. How am I supposed to find her number?
Yeah, but you got to imagine.
But I was
beyond.
13 when I saw that.
Here's the butt.
Can
but
you
here
imagine?
goes the soul into that extra realm.
And yeah, what's this like? A bunch of 12-year-old kids calling these grown-ass women, being like, "Hi, Mrs. Johnson. Yeah, I was just thinking about you, and I thought I'd call.
Miss
Do you
Jackson,
mind?
yeah, I did it again. God damn it, Timmy!
That was a attention-seeking tweet. There's no way she thinks that's right.
I think she was serious.
I think she's dumb.
I mean, I agree. I think that's insanity.
Yeah.
I think that's insanity.
I'm moving on. Moving on. Here we go. Oh, there it is. This one comes from Casey Shaw.
Okay.
4 against getting groceries delivered to your house. Using the grocery delivery instead of going yourself. Making some schlub pick out all your groceries for you.
Yeah.
Pay the transaction, drive them to your house, and unload them for you.
Yeah. You can put any... See, I see what you did there. Some poor schlub.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's Tiny Tim. You can put all the adjectives you want in front of him. I don't care what he's got to go through. Bring me my shit.
Yeah.
Golden for. Anything that requires me to not be in a store.
Yeah.
Ever. I'm the most for. Now, and I'm talking about a normal world. Like during the pandemic, do I need to be like, hey, risk your fucking safety to bring me Flamin' Hot Cheetos? No.
No.
But day to day, like when everyone's cool again, yeah, fucking bring me my
I use
groceries.
DoorDash quite a bit.
Yeah, what's wrong? I have family members.
But that's
that
just like them going to the restaurant, picking up one meal, bringing it to me. I'm not going to make them walk around a grocery store. And
That's part of the job.
And pick out, because you know what?
They're getting paid for that.
Yeah, but then you got to get to like the apples, and they may not pick the right apples. You know what I mean?
Now that is my beef because
shit
my
like that.
wife is very particular about produces.
I am too.
Or
if I want a couple of
vegetables,
steaks,
so.
like I'm picking my fucking cut. I don't want some jackass that cooks their fucking steak well.
Or what if they
going,
get it?
Well,
a
that
little,
looks like a good strip, and then they bring me a fucking jacked ass ribeye. I'm like, that's not even a strip.
They give you a Trump
fucking
brand ketchup.
You
steak.
maroon.
Hey, I'm all for the maroons of the world. They
Plus,
need jobs.
I think they're scam artists. I don't know if you saw, but we have a mutual friend. This has happened to him twice in a week. They use this grocery
3
delivery.
times now.
Is it 3?
3.
And the driver has claimed to go. They go and get the groceries.
Yeah.
And then they claim they got into an accident, so they can't deliver the
Car
groceries.
accident.
3 times in like a week or 2.
Yeah.
These fucking scammer. They're getting free groceries.
Well, our friend who wrote it is very sweet.
Oh yeah.
But I love that her brother-in-law immediately was like, let's just clarify. 3 people are in fiery car wrecks and you're worried about your groceries. I was like, that is the best, like, shithead.
There's no way 3 drivers in a row got in a wreck.
No, but she got her money back.
No, I know, but I'm saying they're running a scam. They're getting these groceries for free. So they're
not getting those for free. They got to pay for them with their own car.
No, they don't. No,
What?
dude, that comes from like the fucking whoever the.
So if I get groceries,
they have like a card they swipe.
This the other day, I've never had.
They're not paying any of their own money in the transaction.
Because again, my wife won't let the produce go or whatever, and whenever she's there, she likes to see what deals are out.
Yeah.
She's like a deal junkie, right?
Yeah.
So we've had it where like they have it ready for us and we pick it up in store.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I've never had anyone bring it to my house, but
like,
I thought they bought it.
No.
And then you Venmo'd them for that plus their time and deliveries and all that.
No, bud. Like, you pay for that shit online. Like, when you put in the order.
So then
or
you're
whatever.
picking your own steaks. And well, no, I guess steaks. You just
You're
say
not picking
steak.
the cut, though.
That's
yeah,
true.
Yeah.
Good point.
But then, yeah, so
Good
these people are
point.
going and grabbing the groceries and then, like, reporting that they were in an accident.
But when she gets her refund 3 times, those fools aren't keeping the money.
No, I'm not saying they're keeping the money. They're keeping the groceries. So they've got the groceries in their car, and they're calling the company.
I see what
being
you're
like,
saying.
I can't deliver it. I got in a fender bender. So the company goes and they fucking re-up and they send another dude out to go get these groceries or whatever.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this first dickhead is just at home eating your Pop-Tarts. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Just eating them.
I mean, if he needs the Pop-Tarts that bad and I get my money back, I'm all for stealing from the big guy.
I just want to be. I either want to be
the
in on
first
this.
driver's Anthony Hopkins.
I want to be in on the scheme.
He
is
comes
what I'm
back
saying.
in and he goes, "Hey, I'm here for the same grocery." They're like, "You look like someone who's just here." What do you mean?
What do you mean?
How dare you? I'm a proud African
And then I'll look
American.
at his hair and go,
Hopkins. Yeah. She's like, "Oh my God, he may be right."
Wait a minute.
And then the third driver's like, "No, it's just me. It's Anthony Hopkins."
He's either actually a real black guy or that's Sir Anthony Hopkins, the greatest actor of all time.
Yes, he scams.
Yeah.
You cannot be mad at someone scamming for your Pop-Tarts as long as you get your money back.
I'm not saying I'm mad at him. I just want to be in on the scam.
You already are.
And also, when I order the groceries,
You're an integral part of the
I want
scam.
them delivered in a timely manner. I don't want to. If
Oh,
you're gonna,
shit.
here's
There
what
it
I'm
is.
saying. If my
Okay.
driver is running the scam, right?
Yeah.
Let me know up front. I'm not going to rat you out.
No.
Just let me know.
No, because then you're a criminal accessory.
I don't care. I want to be. That's what I'm saying.
You are without knowing.
I understand. Listen, here's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I want my driver to call me up and be like,
Yeah.
hey, you know, it says an hour on your groceries. The truth is you're not going to get them. Because I'm going to fake an accident. I'm like, cool, check this out. Go ahead and claim the accident. Drop my first order off. I'll run the second order. You go grab that one. You do it again. Call an accident. We both get free groceries. See what I'm saying? Because after they refund me the second time,
Sure.
I'll be like, you know what? I don't want to order again. But they don't know that we both got my groceries.
I feel like you're overcomplicating a
And
beautiful
then
scheme.
that guy goes and gets a job with a different one. You know, maybe
Just
gets a
running
new
it forever.
identity.
Yeah.
And then we start picking out groceries together. I'm like, we're calling each other
Yeah.
beforehand. Hey, what do you need?
But
And he's like,
also-
well, you know what? I'm low on TP. I'm like, well, I got plenty.
Yeah.
So let's just get you the TP. You know, I'm going to get the steaks.
You're just sharing cars.
Yeah. But we're running for free, baby.
Yeah.
Free.
Well, I think that's another argument to be for
Yeah.
delivery
That's
services.
my personal stimulus. You know what I mean?
Ooh, I like
Yeah.
that. You don't get stimulus. You got to stimulate yourself.
I'm taking
outfit
back
the
what's mine,
system.
like the Goonies. You know what I mean? This was my wish, my dream. I'm taking it back.
You're just going to find some
Yeah.
big chained up mutant to help you steal.
If he showed up at my house looking like Sloth, I'd be even more happy.
I actually, last night, me and the kids, they were like, what's this E.T. thing? So we watched part of E.T.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, if you kind of dug that, I'm like, you should see Sloth from the Goonies. I forgot in that movie that not only is his face like all fucked up, but his ears wiggle and
Yeah.
all that shit. His head's pointed,
He's
whatever.
like Shrek almost.
Exactly, like,
Yeah.
but lovable.
Oh, yeah.
He's lovable, unlike Shrek.
Oh yeah, Sloth's the best.
He would say, get in my swamp.
Wait,
like a
did you
cool
say
dude.
Shrek's not lovable?
Shrek's literally just says, get out of my swamp the whole movie. Shrek is a insufferable sack of shit.
Oh, I never knew you thought this.
I
love
love
it.
the Shrek movies,
Yeah.
but he is an insufferable bastard. No one would even want to be in his swamp. First off, yeah, that's a fact.
I love that. It's a good aside.
I'm just
yeah.
saying. But I didn't realize that Goonies tries
Fuck
to
Shrek.
say that the reason Sloth looks like that is because his mom dropped him on his head.
A bunch.
How much
okay,
do
but
you
let's
have?
okay, but
That's
look
neither
at
here nor there. But
look at his mother though. Mama Fratelli's not a real looker.
well, also that baby was probably gigantic, and she's
Ah,
tiny.
we're serving up tongue today. Yeah,
I fucking love that movie.
it's my favorite movie of all time.
But yeah,
Like,
but you and
top
Sloth
three.
getting free groceries, I'm for that. And
Yeah,
fuck
all
Shrek.
day. That's all I'm saying. I just want to be
I'm for that.
a part of the scam.
I'm super for
You know?
that. Yeah. Plus, I hate when I go to stores and they don't have what I want,
Yeah.
Right? Like, all of it's bad. If you can eliminate stores from my life, if I can get those Amazon drones so your poor Tiny Tim Sloth doesn't have to do it and they can just drop my shit off with a drone, great, man. Drop it in the garden. I'll get it whenever. I don't care.
Yeah. See, like, I watched Catch Me If You Can the other day. I love that movie.
Yeah.
But I was just by myself, but I had a real thought, and I was like, if I lived then, I was like, that I would have done that.
Oh, yeah, dude. Crimes back in the day would have been awesome.
I would have been check fraud. Like, I would have done all that shit. They couldn't find you.
No, it's actually insane that
more
the world
people weren't
even
criminals.
exists.
Yeah.
Like, everyone should have been a criminal.
It was so easy to be a criminal back then.
Do anything.
So easy.
And they're like, I'm going to drive 50 miles to another town, get an apartment for $1 a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like I was reading about that fucking H.H. Holmes guy the other day.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, but I was just like reading about it. And like he would get in trouble. Mm-hmm. And he would just like, they'd be like, I think you did this. And he's like, no, I didn't. And they're like, I believe him.
Yeah.
Like one time he was with a kid, and the kid went missing.
Yeah.
Because he killed it. It or her, him, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, like, it was like in Massachusetts or some shit. And they were like, hey, do you know what happened to that kid? He's like, nah, went home.
Yeah.
And they're like, the parents said he didn't. And he's like, I think he did. And they're
you
like,
should go ask them again.
they're like, that checks out. And then he just like would leave town and get a new name.
Yeah.
Each time, like real easy, just be like, my name's Jake now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he didn't have to like.
Sure.
He just wrote it down. And he was like,
well, imagine doing that and then all of a sudden being like, wait, I can just build a whole creepy labyrinth hotel where I can do this all the time.
I don't know if I wouldn't do the murder shit, but I would definitely defraud people.
Well, no, that's not your murder kink. You know, but like, that's not your crime kink or whatever. But everyone's got their crime.
Yeah,
like,
I would do check fraud all day. Like, Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. We know about Holmes. We know about Albert Fish, who just like, I married the lady and her and her 4 kids are dead now.
Yeah.
For the 8th time. That's not me.
Yeah.
And then he'd put more shit in his penis. Like,
that wasn't
agree
me.
to disagree. He'd throw on his painting overalls and go to work. That guy died of old age, if I'm not mistaken. There's probably so many criminals we don't know about.
That's why I love that. I've said it before, but that John Mulaney was like, it was so easy to be a criminal back in the day because all you had to do was just be gone before the police got there.
So true.
That's all you had to do.
Yeah. Dude, I bet Jack the Ripper just like lived in that neighborhood. You know what I mean? He's just going past the crime scenes every morning like suckers.
Idiots.
There's no way
like,
that
you missed the spot. There's blood back there.
Yeah.
Like, how'd that guy know? And he's like, just a guess.
If he did that today, right? I
like,
bet that crime
Jack.
would be solved in 3 hours.
Old Jack, he's the surly town local.
The local town drunk butcher.
He always knows where the blood is.
Yeah,
He's got a knack for finding blood, old Jack back here.
It's weird. He just does so much laundry. He's so clean. He might be one of those gays. Like,
oh, God.
I was watching Teen Wolf now that we're doing old movies.
Yeah.
And I like the part where Michael J. Fox is trying to confess to his friend, who's the worst friend in the history of movie Styles, right?
He's bad.
And he starts confessing, and Styles goes, "Oh, you're not gay, are you?" And he's like, "No, I'm a werewolf." Oh, thank God. And I was like, the 80s were wild, dude.
The 80s were so wild.
Well, just the fact that movie that he just becomes a werewolf in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
And all the like white parents in this really rich white suburb are like, yeah, keep playing the basketball game with the apex predator. It's fine. He's not going to get technical fouled for the 4th time and throat rip.
All right.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, I'm only for the food delivery.
Super for.
If they let me in on the scam. Otherwise, I'm
like
against.
The crimes.
Otherwise,
I like the not leaving my house.
Get your fat ass up and go to the goddamn grocery yourself.
I won't. I refuse.
And also, just because I know this will piss Beth off, don't bag your milk. It's got a fucking handle on it. Just carry the milk out. Save the bag.
She bags
Save
the milk?
environment. And she tried to tell me it was normal one time.
Okay, over under. How many bags does
But
Beth
she's not
use
the only
for a
one.
milk?
I actually took like a little bit of a poll at one point during a debate, and a lot of people do it. And yeah, it's got a handle.
If you bag a milk, that means you double bag the milk because it's heavy.
Save a bag.
People
save the
bag the milks?
Yeah.
Wow, that's blowing my mind.
I'm glad that you're on my side in this.
That's blowing my mind. It has a hand.
I see people do it all the time at the grocery store now because I look for it now.
Now I'm going to look for it. I want to know who you are.
Me and Beth had like a huge debate about this years ago.
I feel like Beth needs to come on and defend her life.
Yeah.
Albert Brooks style on the show.
Yeah.
We'll have the milk debate.
Well, her logic was that if she put the milk in a bag with other stuff, then she could take it all in one trip. And I was like,
You can still do that.
And I was like, even if I couldn't, I'd rather save the environment and make the extra trip.
Aww.
That's not really why. I was just wanting to win.
You're like a Robin Hood.
No, I just wanted to win the argument. That's not really why.
Also important.
I felt that way.
Well, no, what I do is I get like the 15 bags to where I have like
same
purple fat coming through.
And it hurts a little bit. Yeah,
and they're like, how am I going to do this? And then I grab the 2 milks like Mega Man hands.
Yeah.
And the milk makes sure the bags can't slip off my hands.
Yeah.
So boom, that's how
badass. Yep.
Like in case you got.
All right, what you got?
Anywho,
Close this
all right,
down.
final 4 against your kids getting kicked out of school
4
because you have an OnlyFans page. So this is a
me
real
as
story.
Me as the parent, not
You
the
as the
teacher.
parent.
Okay.
Real story of a yuppie private school, right?
Okay.
These moms found out probably because their husbands are JOing without consent.
Right.
Without phone call consent. To this other mom's OnlyFans page. Their kids go to the same private school. So
without JO consent.
Yeah. They never called her. I would be sure of it.
Yeah.
So their wives find out, and instead of being like, oh, I should, handle this in my house, they go to the school, get this mom's kids kicked out of school. This mom doesn't work at the school. She's not a fucking teacher. She's a grown adult who runs an OnlyFans page and makes a shitload of money.
I'm golden against it, and that sounds like hugely illegal.
It sounds
Why
fucking
should the kids
illegal,
be
right?
denied some kind of education just because of the legal occupation of their parents?
Yeah.
Now, if she was like fucking, running guns for Al Qaeda, I'd be like, yeah, that's illegal. We got to still not the kid's fault.
If she was a weapons manufacturer, she'd probably be fed.
Yeah, but that's still not the kid's fault. Like, we got to get
I
we got to
agree.
get the kids away from the parent.
Yeah.
It's illegal.
What about the guy who's the Arby franchisee that's selling that 10-foot tall sandwich now?
Hey, she likes to spread her butt cheeks. She's paying her taxes like you and me.
Paying her taxes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and her kids are getting this great education.
Yeah,
I'm sure all private schools have that bullshit like, man, we got to protect the institution.
Oh, it was a private school?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, they get like
You
different
can't
laws.
kick someone out of public school for anything.
Yeah, they're being they can be dicks because they're private. Yeah.
But it's like, this is the fucked up thing that I was telling you. The subplot of this is they're so mad at her that they wanted to destroy her. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember the exact number, if it was 100,000 or $1 million. She's like, I used to make that much a month. Since this became a news story, I'm making that much a day.
Yeah.
She said she's making so much money.
School did not think that one through.
She is giving money away. She's making $100,000 to $1 million a day or whatever now since this happened for like a month or 2. She's making so much money, she's giving it away.
That's incredible.
How do you think those fucking Karens feel now?
I need to make an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And fucking, I gotta get somebody in on it that wants to try to cancel me.
I'll cancel you.
We just run a
I'll
scheme.
be like, he is in my house.
Let's
with my
run a
kids."
scheme, and then I'll make like a fucking $1 million a day.
I'll edit this out so there
It'll
won't
be
be
called.
evidence.
It'll be called Kent's butt. You know what I mean? 18 and over, and I'll put the Maui hat on.
We should call it the on deck circle.
And then we'll make $500,000 a piece a day.
Yeah.
The on deck circle.
Just that little dusty circle before you go to bed. There you go.
Yeah.
Boom. Marketed.
Yeah.
I told my wife this because my wife is not like on the internet at all.
Yeah.
She has Facebook for like people. She's like the last Facebooker
Good for
that
her.
just sees people she knows and
I know.
cares about. And if she doesn't, they're not friends, whatever.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know about it. So I told her, because like, I told her the other day, I was like, I cannot believe how many people I know and in my orbit have OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Like, so many fucking people have OnlyFans. And she's like, will you do that? And I was like, yeah. I was like, if I was a girl and had boobs,
All day.
every single day I'd post 3 photos.
All day.
All day. Every time I changed
Yep.
shirts, got out of the shower.
I know that sounds like an asshole thing to say, but like,
Well, no, I just say that because I assume people would look then. Because
They would.
as a man,
men are
I
stupid.
will look
They'll
at
pay.
any boobs,
Yeah.
any naked body.
All day.
My wife says, she's like, yeah, I look at people I find attractive. I'm like, well, that's the difference between us. I'll look at anything. I like
I'll
the
give it a
oddity
peek.
of it.
I'll
Yeah.
give it a peek, see if I like it.
Any naked body, I'll look at. Even dudes. Like, I'm just like always interested by naked bodies. She's not like that. So I don't know if it's a guy thing or just maybe a me thing. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm saying it's you.
Yeah. But that's what I was like, dude, that's just free money.
There's
if
a
someone
market.
will pay you.
Well, maybe that's where I'm thinking wrong, because like the way that you think that about boobs, maybe there's like a number of girls out there like, I just wish more guys would post pictures of their butthole. You know, maybe there's a girl sitting around going, if I were a guy, I would just post pictures of my butthole all day long.
I mean, if I had 10 people now,
maybe that's what they're thinking. You know what I mean?
I'll pay you $1 per month. I would post my butthole.
I put $5 a month
right now.
I get 10 people to sign up. That's passive income. You know what I mean? It's $50 a month.
Yeah.
That's my internet bill
Absolutely.
or some shit, you know?
I think it's fucking awesome. And my hope is that these fucking Karens of the world are being pushed aside.
But then we run our scheme.
scheme.
You fucking rat me out to USA Today.
You out. Yeah.
You call up USA Today like, hey, this guy was, we were filming together.
Yeah.
Turns out he's making OnlyFans in my house. Let's cancel him.
That butthole
They
was
run a
shooting
story
hoops with my kids.
They run a story. We start funneling cash.
Boom.
Boom.
Rich.
He's like, how are you doing this? And then like
Don't ask questions,
She
babe.
walks in from work one day and I'm just in your kitchen while you're taking the picture.
You're like, not so much flash. She's like, I knew it. No, I think it's madness.
Yeah.
It's mad. Dude, if anyone would pay to see my naked body, that's happening.
I can't
think it's cool
imagine
that we're
that
past
anybody
this.
wants to pay to see mine. I can't imagine.
No.
But
Dude, I bet you'd be shocked.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Actually, I know for a fact from reading our Instagram DMs
Oh yeah.
that there are people.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Those are the best DMs, by the way.
I agree.
Keep them coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pun intended.
Yep.
But that's it. I think.
Please get my consent if you're going to do it, ladies.
Yeah.
If you're going to
hey.
JO to me.
I notice you asked for the picture, not for the consent. Fuck you.
That's fine.
No, but it's like,
I give it.
I think, because I was
universal
telling you,
consent.
this is a real thing that happened when I was in high school before the internet. This popped off because there's this lady who was a stripper, and she decided to start doing her stripper workouts in the front yard of her house, right?
Classic.
So in a thong and like a bikini.
Yeah.
Had a fucking, I don't know if it was a flagpole or she put it in specifically as a dance pole, would do this while the elementary and high school buses were driving by.
Hell yeah.
She lived in a neighborhood.
Oh, she did for elementary buses?
Yeah.
That's
out by Klondike in Lafayette,
That's
right?
kind of weird.
Not like, I don't know if it was specifically for them, but I'm like, weird time you're doing
Well,
this
the high
every
school
day.
kids were getting off then, too. It's still weird. They're all underage.
For sure. Well, me and my friends, we rerouted because we lived the other direction.
See, I would have just
We
been
would
driving
reroute
by.
to drive past her house every day, and it looked like when you go to those like Christmas light things,
Yeah.
just a line of high school kids blasting Linkin Park, looking at this fucking lady.
And see, like, that's
dancing.
where I would have drove by, rolled my window down, and been like, hey, do you mind if I do this? She'd be like, no, honey, that's fine. I'm like,
I want to make sure you're cool with this. Yeah, you know, and it was,
got it.
dude, it was crazy because it hit like the big Indiana news.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, I'm appalled. We need to move. And I'm like, we'll still drive
I
there.
wonder if we Google that, if there's like any pictures of it.
Oh, I would bet.
You know what I mean?
I don't
wonder
know
if
what we
I wonder
Google.
if somebody archived that ever.
I bet it's in an archive somewhere.
That'd be awesome.
Like a Journal and
I want to
Courier
find
archive.
it. Was she hot?
I mean, from fucking 200 feet away.
Yeah, well, I'm hot from 200 feet away.
Also, I was like,
No, I'm not.
I was a freshman in high school, so everyone was hot.
Yeah, that's true.
And again, any person doing that, I would have watched. Anybody.
Same.
I'm like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I hope we get past. I think it's.
What a weird lady. Just exhibitioning
She-
for high school kids and shit?
But that's what I mean. Was she weird? Because maybe on the OnlyFans, you're not just getting the dollars.
Yeah,
You're
but
getting that
OnlyFans, you have to be
support
like
you need.
18 to fucking get in, I think, though.
That's true. Well, clearly you can't break that.
You got to be legal.
You never can break that and just say, oh, my birthday was 3 years before.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can get in illegally.
Oh, yeah, there's
I don't
ways.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
Not that you should.
Well, you remember back in the day? So, like, I remember, like, when we first got, like, internet back in the day, and you would go to, like, playboy.com, and they would just be like, are you 18? It would just pop up and
Yeah.
say that, and I would be like,
Yeah.
yep.
Look around.
And there was no follow-up. They were just like, okay, come on in. There's just no follow-up at all.
And that's what I mean. I think we're too repressed, man. Like, if my kid's like, Dad, someone's pulling her tits out on the bus stop. Well, my kid's in kindergarten, so maybe not yet.
Did she pull her tits out, too?
Apparently.
Oh,
Part of the complaint was that
she got Bucky?
she would fall out of her bra every now and again. I never saw that.
I wonder if she's still working.
I mean, she is old as shit now. That was a long time ago for me.
I wonder if she's still working.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I was watching my new algorithm on Facebook. It's just World's Strongest Man videos. And now Bar Rescue, which I love John Taffer.
Oh, God.
But he went to this bar.
Insufferable.
Oh, he's the best.
Oh, he's not.
He's the best worst. Like, I wouldn't want to hang out with him, but his show's great. So he goes into this bar, and apparently this larger, older lady, right, runs the bar, and she's notorious for whipping her tits out all the time.
Yeah.
And she thinks this is a draw. And I was like, she's probably right.
Yeah.
John Taffer comes in and crushes her. Keep your tits in there. They're gross. The milk's gone bad. He's like giving her the business, right?
Gone bad.
He's going in on her, right? He leaves. He gets back to his SUV, gets his iPad out, his fucking James Bond iPad.
Yeah.
And she's like, John Taffer thinks I'm gross and I don't have it. He's wrong. And she whips her tits out again. He's like, ah! He slams the door and runs back in. I haven't been gone 1 minute and you're pulling your tits out. And he starts screaming at her.
Love it.
And I laughed so hard. I told you I had food poisoning this week.
Yeah,
and I couldn't laugh for fear of pooping my pants. And it was so close. I was like throwing the phone at my wife. Watch this and laugh with me through the bathroom door. Because he comes in and he's yelling at her and he's like, you don't say anything. You say, yes, sir, Mr. Taffer. And she's like, oh, okay. She's shit-faced. He goes, I'll save your ass, but not your tits. And he's like, they're done. They're gone. And he's like screaming. He's like a war star. It is the fucking single funniest clip I've ever seen. I'll save your ass,
watch
but not your tits. But I don't know. I mean, if I was a bar rescuer, I'd be like, yeah, I don't think there's ever a bar that suffers from
almost
having
every
tits
bar
out.
he goes into fucking fails after he leaves. Because his only idea is like, you know what you need on Tuesdays? Island cocktail specials.
Yeah. $15 cocktails.
They're like, we're in fucking Lansing, Michigan. Like, just put fucking PBR on special, John. You fucking moron.
Play a little better music. Make it clean.
Anyway, I don't remember what
You're in the bar business, though. Has a pair of boobs ever lessened the value of the bar? Ever? Any boobs?
No.
Not once. In
no,
the
I've
history
seen a lot
boobs.
of them.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of them. Not all of them are good.
Seen a lot
in the
of
history of boobs, zero.
No. What was the question again?
Get your kids suffering because you have an OnlyFans
I'm
account.
golden against your kids taking the blame because you're spreading your butt cheeks online. It's not the kids' fault.
You have a job. That's her job.
Now, if they found out the kids were the ones taking the pics, get them out of that school. They're gone.
Well, I was like,
you little shits.
If she was faculty,
yeah,
maybe then. Like, dude, that's her day job.
Yeah.
That's her day job.
She's making 20x the teacher salary every day.
Way more. I hope she buys that fucking school and does her photo shoots exclusively.
I'm with it. All right. So recap
What
here.
a weird show. Okay.
Infomercials, I was
4. I'm the most golden 4.
4 a little bit.
Yeah.
What did you have?
Oh, God. What do we talk about?
First one?
Consent. Do you need consent to jerk off to an image?
Jack off consent.
Yeah,
you have
to an
call
image.
Everybody that you jack off. I'm against that. And then I had getting your groceries delivered.
4.
Only for it if I'm in on the scams.
4. And then kids getting kicked out of school because their parents are on OnlyFans.
Because their parents spread their butt online. Against.
Also, how much would you pay for a Kent Murphy OnlyFans?
Let us know in the comments.
Let us know.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye.